Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. I'm doing a very quick journal entry and I wanted to share with you how I made just a really quick page. I'm going to use my Tim Holtz, the spray ink. I've really enjoyed using these lately. This is the antique linen. You don't need very much. It is liquid. So I put a little bit on this page and I'm just going to brush it around. We do need a tiny bit more. You can always add more. Sometimes I've sprayed too much and then it's just a waste of the product. Seems like it's soaking in pretty quickly into this paper. For some added interest and just using more ink, I've laid a stencil down and I'm going to go over it with my Distress ink pad. It's kind of messy, but that's always fun. And let's just go around and add this all over the page. It does not have to be perfect. Now I'm going to take some water and just brush lightly over the whole page. We're getting the page pretty wet. It's going to dry really crinkly and it'll have more texture to it. We've got a light design on the page. It's really relaxing to do something like this. On the other side of this is just an image that I printed out. I have this image listed for free on my Facebook group and also on my website. It seems like the website saves things with a little bit higher resolution than Facebook does. So if you want to use this, feel free to just grab it and use it. It's from the early 1900s from an old scrapbook. The messier the better sometimes, and I don't like to waste anything. We can take more water and go over this section. If you have an inkjet printer though, just remember that the ink is not permanent like it is with a laser printer. I love the color on this. It already looks old. We added a little bit more interest and then we have this beautiful design on the back. So I'm going to put this to the side to dry. Now it's time to catch up on my writing journal and where I am with that. I know there's been a lapse in days. I have continued to journal here when I have time. Please don't ever feel like if you miss a few days that you failed. A writing journal is always waiting for you to come back to it and to fill in the blanks or to just catch up with thoughts. Sometimes that is all it takes to go back and be able to remember things. Even if you don't remember details, you can remember feelings and larger events overall. I want to just show you a few things I've done. I added this cat charm to the front because it reminds me so much of our big orange cat named Mars. He's a red boy. He is really, really sweet and he is very important. So just flipping through, I have yet to put what I'm going to put into that pocket. You've seen some of these entries. I do go back and add little bits and pieces. At this point, I'm not sure what I might have added to these original pages. Maybe some color here and there, maybe a few little notes. And where did we leave off last time? I believe you have seen this and the little orange dress. I think this is where we left off, or better said, this is where we should pick up. This is an entry for September 8th and 9th. The entry is inside. I just folded this and stamped on the outside and then used some water to fade that stamp. That is a pretty new butterfly stamp. Cam and Chloe, are those A.C. Moore? Yeah, I think that's A.C. Moore where that came from. I like the way that turned out. Then going to the next page that I did an entry on, I was in the mood for gold paint. You know how I love gold paint, so I just painted this page completely and went around the border of the image on this old calendar page. 9/11/19, I wrote Remembering the Fallen and testing my Jelly Roll 08 white pen on gold acrylic paint. I just wanted to make sure that it didn't run. I wanted to make sure that it set. Sometimes just the tiniest entry is all that you need. This was a busy day. This was a work day. I put the date, and there is a tiny little tag cut from a library card, and my entry is on the opposite side. It is one sentence, and it talks about a meeting that we had at work. Just something I want to be able to remember. It was the heart of what was talked about. And then turning on to the next page, this is just some really pretty paper I purchased recently. Nice quality printer paper. I stamped an image on the outside after making a little card. I met my mom and Andy in Wake Forest. We had a lovely time. It was for Mom's birthday. She is 77 this year. We had pizza at Cece's and then shopped in Ross. And this old date here, I just thought about that and wrote down my sweet mother would have been 15 years old. And we did take a picture that day. I love the way this turned out. Me, my mom, and my sister, we love getting together and being able to just spend time while we have it. Nobody knows what tomorrow will bring. Then on this page, I didn't have time for a lot of writing, but I've really enjoyed these butterfly cutouts. Some of these went out in the wallpaper packs. It did leave a little template here, which I'm going to be using in just a little bit. That'll be in the next video. And then, catching up even more, this is today's entry. I printed it on this beautiful image that is available at my website for free. Feel free to use it, no restrictions. It's very old, from the early 1900s. It's just a little floral image that was fussy cut and put onto a scrapbook page. I do like to have the dates visible to me when I'm going through my junk journals. So I'm going to write 9/23/19, and then this is the page I did with my 5 little thoughts about how to get things done. It's dated here, but I'm going to also put the date on the outside. And with that, we are caught up. This is my writing journal as it stands right now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.